Are you the same Fernando Serrato who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 9930 for the offense of burglary of a habitation force on April 17, 2019 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Serrato, did you review violation number 13 with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
State is alleging that on or about the 11th day of February 2024 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Fernando Serrato did then and there operate a motor vehicle without a valid Texas driver's license in violation of condition number 13. How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State, is that the only allegation you're proceeding on?
Waive and abandon the remainder, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 13, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 13?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 13 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not an agreement, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Court supervision, adjudicate guilt, assess punishment for 4 years. Finding.
We would respectfully request the minimum, Your Honor, 2 years. And if I may, Mr. Serrato is not a citizen. He has been previously deported. After conferring with Justin Tullius at our last setting on June 3rd, at length and in great detail regarding Mr. Serrato's situation, any possible defenses, et cetera. Mr. Tullius conferred with him, gave him certain bits of information and counseling advice. Mr. Serrato currently has a federal detainer on him from ICE. And so what we're requesting, Your Honor, is to revoke him and sentence him a minimum 2 years. That way he would get transferred over to the Federal Department of Justice sooner and onto, in essence, their responsibility.
All right. Probation, has he done anything since he's been on probation?
No, Your Honor. Probation is recommending revocation. He was placed on probation April 17th of 2019, and he was transferred to ICE custody, and he was transferred to Honduras September 6th of 2019. We informed the court via supplemental report that he was deported, and February 11th, 2024, he had the 2 additional cases, and we were unaware when he returned back to Bexar County.
All right. So correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is he was deported
Correct, Your Honor.
and he came back to the United States.
Correct, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming, if I'm wrong, correct me, that he came back illegally.
Correct, Your Honor.
And then he came back and committed a new offense.
Correct, Your Honor.
And I understand driving without a license or with an invalid license. I understand we're not in felony territory.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty and find 13 true. The court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and there's to be no re-entry into the United States. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Do not come back unless you're back legally. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we just ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right. How old are you?
19, ma'am.
All right. Why are you riding in stolen vehicles?
Just hanging around the wrong crowd, to be honest.
No, you are the wrong crowd. That's what other people would say. The co-defendant or the other suspect who's with you, Sandoval, his family would tell me he's hanging around with the wrong crowd, and that would be you. So what are you doing with your life?
To be honest, I'm just trying to finish school and get a job and just Do good.
How are you just trying to finish school? What are you doing?
Well, right now I'm looking for like schools to be able to get my GED and my high school diploma.
You can find that anywhere on the computer. If you can drive around in a car that doesn't belong to you, I'm sure you can go on the computer. Do you have a phone,
Yes, ma'am.
a cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure there is Google or whatever on that cell phone. You can Google, there's places throughout San Antonio where you can get your GED. Why didn't you finish school?
And I was in juvenile, didn't get a chance to finish it.
All right, do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good thing. You need to get your life in order. You understand?
Yes,
Who do you
ma'am.
live with?
My mom.
All right. This is what the court will do. There is a $500 fine. That will be probated. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Clean.
All right, when's the last time you used?
Months, since like six months.
And using what?
Marijuana.
All right, there's going to be regular random UAs. And make sure he's tested for levels if he comes out positive. If he is positive, what we're going to do is there's going to be the UA hotline if he's positive. And he's going to stay on that UA hotline until he presents with a negative UA. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
I was just wondering about my GPS monitor. The hours, it's been kind of like interfering with me getting a job because I already had like 2 job interviews, but the hours that I got for my curfew, like my officer said he wasn't able to do nothing about it. So
All right, we'll extend his curfew on GPS. So his curfew, he's allowed out of the house from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Fridays. And then Saturday and Sunday, he's to be at home unless he's employed or at school. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, you're young. Let me just tell you something. If you want things, go out, get a job so you can afford things. But at the end of the day, when all of us die, guess what? Your things cannot go with you. Although I've heard of people being buried with their car, which I don't know why you would do that because it costs extra, I'm assuming, to have a car for you to be buried in. But I'm sure if you're driving around in vehicles that don't belong to you, you're not necessarily attached to it. We should not be attached to things anyway. You understand? All right, good luck to you. You're welcome.